So let me give you my first lesson. My first lesson may be the harshest, which is I will not be a victim. That no matter what happened, I could look back and say, and this is why it was not going to be about what I've overcome. I had a good foundation. I had good parents. My mom was incredible. My dad was brilliant. Not going to win Father of the Year, but he was a brilliant guy. Not the best people skills. But I had been set up, and I knew that I had a solid foundation to build off of. And I knew I was going to find a way to succeed. I was going to find a way to get past all this. Because it can be our natural tendency to slide into this role. By a show of hands, how many of you are familiar with the hero-victim-villain triangle? May have seen this. Good. More hands than I expected. Because it's very easy for us to fall into this triangle and create drama where none needs to exist. And why do we do it? When we think about the movies that we enjoy, especially if they're action or drama, there's always going to be a hero. The bigger the hero, the better. Always got to be a villain. Bigger the villain, the better. And there has to be victims. The more victims, the better. That's what we want to see. Even in comedies and so forth, there's got to be something going on. And we create that in our own lives as well. And it's natural for us to do. It's a place we can inherently go. The reason for that is we have between 60 and 90,000 thoughts a day. And between 70 and 80% of those are negative. It's just where our mind goes. Plus, the other thing, too, is it can be more fun. It's more fun to gossip. It's more fun to talk about things and create drama where none actually needs to exist. My wife and I recently moved to Southern California, lived in Northern California before, in a cul-de-sac. And when the neighbors would get together, these are all successful people. You know what they didn't talk about? They didn't say, can you tell me all the wonderful things that are going on for the neighbors? They're saying, what's the gossip? My wife had recently moved in. She was my fiancée at the time. I was away for a little while, and I think I remember this accurately. I came back, and the guest bedroom had been completely redone. And I don't know how she did this. She's in the back of the room now. You'll see her later on. She's going to go hide because she's 5'2" and petite. And somehow she managed to move these two huge bookcases that were bolted to the wall because we were right next to an earthquake fault. And I think she did it by herself. So when I came back, it had been completely redone. And the gossip in the neighborhood was, because I had no idea she was doing this, what's Mike going to think? I thought, this is great. She's making my house ours. And when I found out what the gossip was, I said to my neighbors, really? That's the best you got? The best you got is what my wife did to our spare bedroom? It is where we go. And it's just the natural tendency. I was working with a client and teaching my leadership workshop series. What I asked the participants to do is to put into practice something they learned. And with this company, a smaller company, working with their satellite facility, they had a refrigerator in that small site. It was like a college dorm room refrigerator. It was really small. Their goal, because this workshop was about communication, was to influence their president to get them a larger refrigerator. There was no drama necessary. I knew in advance the president would do it for them. She just wanted them to do the research, do the homework, see if there was a used one available, and she would get it. Instead, what happened was the general manager of that site said, she will never buy us a refrigerator. I'm going to get us that refrigerator, and I will pay for it myself. So he became the hero. He made her the villain, and he made all of his employees victims.